Listen up. Let's go over some exercise selection for a hamstring-focused lower day. As you can see, we're starting out with a hip hinge movement. I am disabling my leverages as well as I can by using a partial snatch grip, as well as standing on some bumper plates. I do have some slight knee bend here, so this would be considered more of an RDL. And I'm also working my lower back fairly well here alongside the proximal or upper region of the hamstrings. There is also some glute activation here, as well as some mid-trap activation, with some other minor activations as well. Next, let's move into the leg curl variation. This is going to focus more on the lower or distal region of the hamstrings. You can see I have a pad on my knees here just for comfort, but definitely pushing the sets hard. As a note, hamstrings are benefited by stretch-mediated hypertrophy, so try to get into a comfortable way of stretching your hamstrings during the exercises. Next is a hip adductor isolation. This is a muscle that is commonly neglected by casual lifters, but pretty well recognized in science-based lifting to be important. Tips on this exercise is to sit back as far as possible in order to keep your sets as consistent as possible. Next, we're going to be doing a single leg press. This is my secondary leg pressing movement of the week. I do single leg to help with muscular imbalances, and we're going to get some minor benefits on the glutes and adductors here as well, but mainly beneficial towards the quads. For my calf training today, I actually opted in for some tibialis training. This is really quite a niche exercise. Most people aren't going to do something like this. Generally, you want to have your knees lengthened a little bit more. You don't want to have as much of a bend in your knees, but I didn't have a lot of room to do this exercise, so my knees are bent here. And the tibialis is the front muscle near your shin. You can feel it if you extend your ankle, your toes towards your shin. Next, on my lower days, I do train abs. Today I'm doing a crunch variation. My upper abs are more well developed than my lower abs, so I only do one crunch variation a week, but I'm doing this one on the lat pull down. Make sure to just crunch with the upper region of your torso. That's all you really need to activate the upper portion of your abs. Finally, on my lower days, I do a forearm movement, which I know is not part of your lower body, but that's where it works in my programming. Today I did a timed bumper plate hold. I consider 5 seconds to be 1 rep, and that's how I progressively overload over time. This will benefit grip strength and train multiple muscles in your forearm statically. I would generally prefer a weighted dead hang, but I've recently been having the tearing of my calluses, so weighted dead hangs have been very painful on my hands and not so optimal for actually training my grip. So I know my legs aren't the biggest and I'm not the strongest, but I've definitely experienced very exceptional growth in my legs over the past few years whilst already being an intermediate lifter. So just take it as a note, even if you're an intermediate to advanced lifter, optimizing your programming and exercise selection can still have serious benefits for you.